Being 21, 22 years old and making $100,000, you think you made it in life, accomplishing one of life's biggest goals. At least you would think so, because in my parents' eyes, in my friends' eyes, and everyone's eyes around me, I was set. But really on the inside, I didn't make or feel anything. I felt like a mouse running on its wheel every single day. My life was like a movie. Get up, go to school, take the train to work, do homework, and then repeat every single day. My life felt so mundane, like I had no purpose, which was weird because all my coworkers around me seemed so happy doing what they were doing. So I started to wonder, what was wrong with me? I have everything I could ever want, my dream job, money, my future planned out, and yet I'm still not happy. Why is that? I tried so hard to try to find an answer to that question, and I was finally able to figure out somewhat of an answer. But before you know that, you need to know my story first. Just like many people in America, my parents are immigrants, which means I grew up in a traditional immigrant family. So every stereotype you can think of, I went through. Not having much growing up, education being everything, making sure you please everyone, and always being frugal with your money. And I can go on, but you get the point. My parents came to America with nothing and somehow made their own way, and they provided us with a life not that we wanted, but a life that we needed. So when it came to careers, I'm sure you can guess what my options were. Doctor, lawyer, engineer, or anything else that was well respected that made a lot of money. But me being who I am, nothing intrigued me. I didn't want to be a doctor because at the sight of blood, I would vomit. And actually, fun fact, I fainted while watching a movie, Ready or Not. It was probably the most goriest movie I've ever seen in my life. But I fainted. But yeah, so that left me with either becoming a lawyer or an engineer, and to be honest, I didn't want to do either of them. Maybe because it just didn't interest me. I don't know why. I wasn't fascinated by those careers. But to be frank, I was only 18 years old. I didn't know anything I wanted to do in life, but I did know one thing. I wanted to make a lot of money. Fast forward to my college days, I started submerging myself into growing my wealth, learning things outside of school. I tried everything you can think of: dropshipping, wholesaling, eBay, reselling, selling t-shirts to clubs, and trading. I can go on, but the thing is, nothing ever stuck. But the problem I had while I was trying all these things is I had no like-minded individuals around me. Everyone around me was busy worrying about getting A's, looking for internships, networking, just trying to get the best job out there. And because that was my surroundings, eventually that's what I started gravitating towards too. So I stopped trying new things and started focusing more on school and seeing how to get my foot in the door in these high-paying, prestigious jobs, because that's what everyone around me was doing, which leads me to my first lesson. Surrounding yourself with people who you want to be like, not with people who you just enjoy hanging out with, because I'm a perfect example. Even though I want to do more outside of school, because the people I was around only focused on school, I naturally did the same thing too. So if you have friends that go out and do stuff that you don't want to do, but you hang out with them regularly, you'll eventually end up doing those things too, because to you it'll become normal. Eventually, all that hard work I put into school paid off. I actually still remember the day like it was yesterday when I got offered the position at one of the largest law firms in the world. I was leaving school and I was just about to swipe my key card to exit the parking garage, and I got a call, and I picked it up, and it was a law firm that I had interviewed with just a week before, calling to tell me that they'd love to offer me the position. And I was legit in shock, because this has been something I've been wanting for so long and I've worked so hard for. And now I finally got it. I got that office downtown. I got that nice office view, that fat salary. And honestly, it did in the moment feel like I made it. See, when I was hired as an intern with a chance to go full time after I graduated college. So in my eyes, that only meant one thing: do any and everything to make yourself look good and never ever say no. And that's exactly what I did. But that got old real fast. I legit felt like I was a guinea pig. I was doing everything and saying yes to everyone. Anything people needed to get done or needed help with, they'd come to me. And because of my immigrant roots and what's in my head, I did everything and saying yes to everyone with a happy smile too. Always going above and beyond and never batting a single question, because I had that full-time position on the back of my mind, and this was the only way I can get it. But then it started getting to the point now where I was staying later to finish stuff because people were relying on me, to the point now where I would be working on 10 other things, but if someone asked me to do something, I'd still do it for them even though I knew I couldn't. And let me be honest with you guys, even though I did everything with a fat smile and I killed everything I did, I was bored out of my mind. I hated everything I had to do. And the thing that sucked was I do a task and never see what value it brought. I didn't see what my work was accomplishing, what I was doing it for, what impact I was making. That's when I learned my next lesson. How long can I keep going like this for? Because my thinking was, I'm young. I should have that drive to work. I should be looking forward to what I'm doing. I shouldn't be feeling bored and annoyed at work, at least not at my age right now. And I know it's weird to think like this with me being so young or just being young in general, but I don't know, I just felt like I could do so much more with my life. Why compromise with the safe option of getting a job? But even though I had all these thoughts running through my head, I didn't do one single thing about it. And you know why? Because of my surroundings. Everyone I work with never complained, never wanted to leave. Everyone was happy, so I naturally started becoming just like that too. All this was going on for a couple months, and then COVID hit and everything changed.
Texas, and it is spreading fast. Declaring a state disaster.
Now I started working from home. Now I had no surrounding because I was home all day. So you can say I relapsed. I started trying new ways to make money again, learning about investing like how I once was, because now I had no surroundings to hold me back. All I had was myself. I started an ATM business. I got better at trading. I was building other stuff. Things were looking good and I felt happy, even though I wasn't happy at my job. But the thing that pushed me over the top was content creation. I started making videos on TikTok because of a bet with some friends. And although I felt embarrassed and cringe in the moment, I made the videos just so I didn't lose, and somehow, some way, a couple of my videos ended up popping off. I started building a little following, and then I came over here onto YouTube because people said to try it out, and boy did I suck. You can watch my previous videos if you want. It was really bad. Yo, what is up guys? Hope you guys are doing well. But I fell in love with content creation. This leads me to the next thing I learned. Now, I know everyone says to turn your passion into a business because you'll love what you do till forever and it'll never feel like a job. But I say try new things because you never know when a new passion can come into your life and change it. I never in a million years thought I'd be making videos online, but look at me now. It wasn't my passion, but it turned into one. So I continued dreading my day job and posting videos at night. And it was tough because, mind you, I was still in school at the time. So school, work, filming, social life, it was extremely hard balancing all those things, but I did it. And the thing is, I wasn't getting paid for these videos that I was making outside of my job. For 1 year, I posted videos just because I wanted to. I didn't get one single penny back from my time. I just really enjoyed it. And I saw the potential that I could have if all I do is stick through it. As I started growing my following, I started making more friends that made content as well. People who are above me, people who are doing things that I wanted to do. And this started becoming my new surrounding. And to me, it finally felt like I belonged somewhere that I naturally wanted to, not because I had to. And this made me even more motivated to keep going. Now, after 1 full year of grinding, sacrificing, and mistakes, I had finally made my first penny online. I remember it was $150, but I was ecstatic. That meant more to me than my whole salary at my internship. And as time progressed, I kept growing and growing to where what I was making online passed how much I was making from my job. But even though I was making more, I still never quit. And I think, or I'm pretty sure the reason was because I was afraid. I had become too comfortable with my job. I was reliant on that salary I was making, and it was the safer option. So for another 1 whole year, I continued everything. I was doing school, I was doing work, and I was filming. I was putting in easily 10-hour days, 7 days a week, and honestly, I was gonna keep it like that forever. I had no plans on stopping. But that's when my surroundings came in the picture and changed my thinking. They said, imagine what you're giving up being at this job. That time you're putting into that job, you can be using it and putting into your passion that not only you enjoy, but that's also making you more money. But even with them saying this to me, it took months for me to realize it. But I eventually, after months of thinking, finally quit. The thing is, I knew for a fact that they were gonna give me this full-time position when I graduated in a couple months. So before I even got the offer letter, I put in my 2 weeks. Now, I know a lot of people quit with nothing lined up, no backup plan, but still end up making their way, but I personally just couldn't do that. So my piece of advice, start something, build something first, and once that requires more time than your actual job and it makes more money, then think about quitting. Also, I know it's not the best time for me to be making this video with everything going on in the world, so if you don't need to quit, honestly don't, especially not right now. But if you really are on the fence, answer this one question: what is your why? My why was I didn't want my life tied up to a job and worrying if they would be giving me a day off if I didn't want to work. And there was no way I can put up with that fake corporate environment for the next 40 years. But whether you decide to quit or not, just make sure you're doing it for yourself and have a backup plan, because although you might not be happy, it is what pays the bills and it's what keeps you off the streets. But let me know if you guys are going through this down in the comment section below. I really do hope this video helped you guys out. Also, if you guys are interested in buying crypto, I suggest checking out crypto.com. They have all the top cryptos you guys would ever like to buy. So if you guys are interested, I'll leave a link to it down in the description box below. But as always, I really do hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in next week's video. Peace.